Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some no-bake Easter treats. Really good for to be able to do them with your little ones. That is always what I like to do. I am not getting to film this video until after they're in bed, so it'll just be me making them today, but I picked this recipe specifically because I like to be able to do things with my kids if I want, and this is one that they could easily do with me. So I'm gonna be making that, and it's also in collaboration with some other YouTube mamas who are also doing Easter treats. So if you need some ideas for Easter coming up, definitely check the playlist. It is in the description below and give it a look. So we are going to be making basically like homemade Reese's eggs. That is kind of how I'm thinking of it. So what you need to start is peanut butter, vanilla, salt, mini chocolate chips. You need the real mini ones. This here is crushed graham cracker. I just put some graham crackers in a bag and then hit it with a mallet. This is brown sugar. You'll need some chocolate. You can do white chocolate and color it, but I don't think chocolate colors very well. So I like to buy these pre-colored like little meltable chocolates. I think these just work so much better. These are from Michael's. I think you can get them from most craft stores. And then also you need some milk, which is not pictured here. I need to go grab that from the fridge. But that is the ingredients you need for this recipe. So to my mixer here, I'm going to add 3/4 cup of peanut butter. Always hate working with peanut butter. It's so good, but it's so hard to get out of the little measuring cups and stuff. But you need 3/4 cup of that. Then you're gonna need 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I actually make my own brown sugar. I don't know if you knew you could do that, but it's basically just sugar mixed with molasses. And you can add more or less basically if you want light brown sugar versus dark brown sugar. If you've never done it, I would recommend it. It's really good, like that just fresh kind of flavor. Obviously it's really easy just to get it from the store, but you know, if you didn't know, you can do it. It is an option. Then we are gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then we're gonna mix all that together until it's nice and kind of blended and looking good. Now we've got a nice fluffy mix there. So we're gonna go ahead and add 1.5 cups of the graham cracker. And if you have any kind of like larger pieces in there, you do really want them to be fine. So whether you do it in a food processor or something, or I'm just using this measuring cup really here real quick to kind of break up the last couple big pieces there. But you really do want it to be fine because it's going to make it like a nice smooth texture. So think of like a Buckeye, or if you've had a Reese Egg, you know, it's a nice smooth kind of texture. So you do want the graham cracker to be decently small. And if you were wondering, I just measured it out. So I have exactly 1.5 cups of the graham cracker here. And I used 1 whole package of graham crackers. So, you know, you get a box of graham crackers and it comes in like 3 packages of like stacks. It's 1 stack. It's like 1 brick of graham cracker. And that was the perfect amount for 1.5 cups. So if you don't want to measure it next time, you just want to break that sucker up in the pack that it comes in and open it there, then you can do that. I'm also going to do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That in there too. I always like to use iodized salt when I bake. I save Himalayan, Celtic, that sort of thing for baking, like not baking, for like cooking and like everyday stuff. But I like the iodized for baking because it's so fine. I have the best results with this when cooking with this kind of salt. And then lastly, for now, I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of milk. With the addition of those 3 ingredients, I'm gonna mix again. And you can give it like a push down midway through mixing just to make sure everything on the sides gets down, and then do it again. You really want to make sure it's a texture that can stick together when you mold it. So right now it's pretty good. When I am squeezing, it's like staying in the shape that I want it to, so that's pretty good texture. I'm gonna mix it just a little bit longer though. Now that I have it like to a pretty good blend, I'm gonna go ahead and just fold in the chocolate chips. That way it just doesn't have, I don't know, the harshness of the blender, I guess. It's out and just kind of dump my 3/4 cup of chocolate chips in there and then use that spatula just to kind of fold them myself. The chocolate chips are just so mini that I fear using the electric might just like melt them almost even, or cause them to break apart. They're so small, so I want to just make sure they're intact so it's flavor. Okay, so then when you're done, you will have a little mixture that looks like this, kind of like sand. Next up, what you're gonna do is you want to get the mixture onto a trusty cookie sheet. So I'm gonna use this 1.5 tablespoon cookie scoop. I think it's easier than using spoons. You could use spoons too, but I just think it's easier to do this. So I'm gonna kind of just scoop it against the side of my bowl, push down to get it in a nice ball shape. And then what I'm gonna do from there is I'm gonna put that in my hand so that I have the correct amount. And then I'm gonna kind of just squeeze it together like a Play-Doh almost, okay? So rough ball shape, and then flatten it kind of like a pancake, just like flatten it into that circle shape into your hand. And then just kind of pinch the sides here to flatten it out. And then gradually pinch to kind of like a point on each end. There's no like perfect way to do this unless you're super good at making egg shapes, but that's like the method that has worked best for me. So then once you get them all shaped into an egg-like shape, you can put them on your cookie tray, and then you're going to freeze them for 1 hour. So it is now the next day. Last night, I just didn't feel right doing this without my little kiddos, so I left everything in the freezer and then I grabbed them. They are up. They were playing Floor is Lava and Beach, and I got my swimsuit queens here to help me finish off these eggs. So I've got 3 bowls and I'm gonna go ahead and melt this chocolate up. And ta-da, we are all melted. We will likely need more of this, but I always like to just do a little bit at a time just so we don't waste and so it doesn't get hard again. Then you're gonna go ahead and start dunking the egg bake thing into the melted chocolate, and you're gonna wanna cover it. If you're working with kids, it may not be perfect. You may have to more spoon the chocolate on there. That is okay, but you just wanna get them all covered. And you do wanna do so in kind of a quick fashion, I guess, because as the frozen eggs start to touch the melted hot chocolate, they will start to fall apart. So you do want to kind of do it quickly and maybe help the kids along if you find that starts to be a problem. Then you could put the done eggs on a silicone mat or on parchment paper, whichever you prefer. And we also have some Easter kind of color sprinkles as well, so we'll put some of those on some too. And just remember that if you do want to use sprinkles, it has to be on wet chocolate. If the chocolate is dry, it'll just bounce off, kind of like this. When you're working with kids, it's all about the experience, the fun, the memories. This is not about being Pinterest perfect. This is about having fun together, making something that you're gonna enjoy and remember. So just remember, if your eggs come out like this, you know what? It's gonna be delicious. You guys having fun? Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part, Joel?
Seeing this.
Oh, the sprinkles, eating the sprinkles up. How about you, Lisa?
My favorite part is decorating.
Decorating, yeah. And this little one makes it all real hard. She just wants in everything.
Do you have to put it in the oven?
No, we don't have to bake these at all. You can just eat them right now. You want to try one of your creations?
Yeah.
Which one do you want to eat? Which one do you want to try?
I'm gonna try.
If you're doing this at home, you do want to let these sit a couple minutes just to let all the chocolate like harden, but then feel free to eat them up. Let's see, which one did you pick? You did pink? Ooh.
Sprinkle.
Pink and sprinkle? Yum. Yum, yum, yum.
This one what I picked. Sprinkle and white.
Nice, like it. What do you guys think of them?
Dad.
They're good?
Uh-huh.
What do they taste like?
Chocolate. Come the black. Food.
Kind of tastes like food? Oh, well, that's good. It is food.
Chocolate.
All right, so that is all for today. I've got to go get the youngest one ready for nap. She is really ready, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.